Good morning, guys. I have just risen from the dead. Have been so on it this week with my schedule. I'm genuinely so proud. I've been waking up, making my bed, having some coffee, and going straight to the gym. And I've been actually training fasted because I'm finding that right now, at least what I prefer and what is easier for me to do is to wake up, have some coffee, and then I'll usually have like some fruit or a Power Crunch bar or both. And then that'll hold me over until like 2 o'clock, and then at 2 I like to just hoard all my macros and have like 2 massive dinners or lunch or whatever, and that seems to be working for me because obviously caffeine is an appetite suppressant, and right now I've just been using it to kind of help me wake up in the morning because I'm not usually one to train in the morning, but I'm finding that I prefer it way more now. So I want to I don't know. I need to not get addicted to caffeine, but I feel like that's happening. So next week I'm going to try to only drink coffee for half the week, but yeah, anyway, that's what's going on right now. So I'm gonna get ready to make some coffee, and then Verissa is gonna meet me over at Barbell Grade. This is gonna be day 5 of training, and it is a superset bodybuilding upper body day. And I've lost obviously a lot of whatever muscle I had in my body, so this will be kind of interesting to see how my upper body develops in the next couple of months. And yeah, and then tomorrow I go to Coachella, which is going to be super exciting, but this video won't go up until next week because I already have I'm scheduling my videos because I'm on it, because I'm on my A game. And then little Prince will be getting taken care of. I'm only going for 1 day, so Prince is going to go with his favorite pet sitter and play with all of his puppy friends there. Yes, he's so happy. You're so happy, aren't you? Yeah, my good boy. All right, I'm gonna make some coffee. So I talked about this in my last what I eat in a day video. If you haven't seen it, then I'll put a little card or something there. But the way that I like my coffee personally is I usually go between either the Green Mountain breakfast blend light roast. I don't do like dark roast or any of that stuff. Or I do the Donut Shop vanilla cream puff because it smells really good. I actually think I prefer the blandness of the breakfast blend. I don't know if it's bland. I don't know what it is, but I prefer that one. And finally, the way I like to take my coffee is I have 1 serving of just regular Coffee Mate French vanilla, and then I don't do like sugar-free or anything like that. And then I have just 1 pack of Truvia, and I usually do 8 ounces of coffee, and it is just enough right now. I'm sure I'll build up a tolerance soon, but it's just enough to kind of get me moving, get me working. I mean, who am I kidding? It legit makes me jacked up. I get crazy. Hearts and cautious dreams. Hates and clouds to make believe. Boy, you had it from the start. Had my head, you had my heart. All you're looking for is me. Can't tell them what you need, what you need. Can't tell them what you need. All you're looking for is me. Can't you tell them what you need? Can't you tell them what you need? What you need? Tell them what you need. Just got back from the gym, and Verissa is getting ready to edit and just make my my workout video look really cool. She did so good. That was my first time filming with her at Barbell Brigade. The last time we filmed at this gym in Hollywood, and the lighting is just really dark in there, so it was hard to get just really nice lighting. So we filmed at Barbell. It turned out really good. She put a filter on it and everything. I'm super excited for that workout footage, even though you guys have already seen it. But I am getting ready to cook because if you guys saw, I already talked about earlier, my last what I eat in a day video, I'm trying to cook more. I'm trying to have more wholesome things like vegetables, fruits, and rice, grains, pastas, things like that, because I just feel like I have a track record of not eating the absolute greatest. So, okay, let's do that. And before I start, I want to mention that this is actually sponsored by Blue Apron. Basically, they're a company that sends you like recipes and all the ingredients that you need. They're all like farm fresh ingredients, and it just has everything you need. That way you can make a really delicious dinner. And what I really like about it is it's really good for beginners. Like, there are little tips and tricks as you're cooking along. So I'm super excited about that. And obviously it comes like in a refrigerated box. That way everything stays fresh. They give you like the meat. If you're a vegetarian, then they don't give you any meat, and they give you all the veggies and the fruits that you would need. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I think you guys are gonna enjoy this. I hope I enjoy it. I think it'll be good. Okay, let's do this. So while I'm not too concerned with giving you guys a full-blown tutorial on how to make this, I figured I would just put together some clips. Actually, it was edited by Marissa, of just me cooking, and honestly the ingredients needed are really simple. It's celery, green onions, ginger, carrots, noodles, and am I forgetting anything? Sauce. Yes, but you could see all the ingredients that I needed here, and it's as simple as just putting it all into a pan and letting each vegetable cook individually on its own for about 3 to 4 minutes. After that, you break up the noodles individually, put it all in there, and add the sauce. As you can see, I freaked the hell out when I put the catfish in there, but I basically put the pasta aside, let the catfish cook for another 5 minutes on each side, and voila, it is all served. That's my French accent. I hope you guys like that. Oh my god. I made that all by myself. This might be the best meal I've ever made. I mean, there's not a huge competing list, but that's freaking lit. Freaking lit. Okay guys, so before I end this video, I wanted to do a quick little chat with you guys because I've been getting a lot of questions recently, especially as people are seeing that I've been training 6 days a week. I think y'all are feeling pretty hyped up for me. And yes, I did just say y'all. That's what happens when you hang out with two girls that are from Texas. Sammy and Nikki, I'm looking at you guys. But I wanted to do kind of a quick discussion about how I stay motivated to train when I really am not feeling it. And I know that the answer I have could be completely different for other people, but this is just my own personal, you know, realization that I've had recently. Before I even try and figure out why I'm not motivated, because most likely if you want to know how to stay motivated, you're most likely not feeling motivated anymore. So before I even do that, I like to look at what my training regime was like before that, what my nutrition has been like, how my actual just home schedule has been, all of those things. Because if you were able to keep consistent with the same workout program for X amount of time and nutrition and everything, and then suddenly you just curbed, there had to be something in your life that changed, or maybe your interests have changed. There's always something that caused that to happen. When I was doing my bodybuilding, I realized again that I was losing motivation, and I'm like, why does this keep happening? Why can I not find something that I love and just stick with it? And what it really came down to was I needed to just reanalyze my training regime. I needed to reanalyze what my macros were. I just needed to reanalyze what it was that I wanted to do and not think about what would look good on the channel. I needed to just put all those things aside and think about why I love training and what training makes me happiest, what style of training makes me happiest. But basically my whole point with that is if you're feeling unmotivated, you need to first find what is causing you to feel unmotivated. And for me, like I said, I needed to reevaluate my lifestyle and my training goals and my nutrition goals and all of those things. Once I had a regimen that I genuinely loved, it wasn't really about how to stay motivated because I just loved doing it. So I found for myself some of the best ways for me to stay motivated is to, one, make sure that I am on a training regimen that I really, really love. And so for me, it seems to be a mixture of strength, conditioning, bodybuilding, all of it. I love it all. I want it all. I want to be as athletic as I possibly can. Second, I am really on it with my nutrition, but I do it in a way that is actually efficient for me. It's a lot easier for me because I basically wake up and I have whatever I want. But giving myself that flexibility in some weird way makes it a lot easier for me to get in my fruit intake for the day, get my vegetable intake in for the day, and my grains and fibers and all of that. And because I actually enjoy tracking my calories now, it's made cooking a lot more fun for me. Like, I'm finding my passion through all these different things. The next thing is to wake up at a reasonable hour and just go and get the gym done. And I know plenty of girls, especially the girls in my Flourish group, they are waking up, they've got jobs that they got to get to at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they're waking up at like 5 a.m., going to the gym, taking a shower there, and getting to work. And I found for myself that for a long time I would train at the end of the day because I was like, oh, I'm too lazy, I don't want to train, blah, 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 making excuses. And now, first thing in the morning when I'm feeling the best, when the sun is shining and I know I've got a whole day planned ahead of me, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to go knock this out. And I love it. If I train at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever, yeah, I have a good workout, but it's not nearly on the level that it would have been when I was just fresh and I was awake and I was ready to just go and kill it. My girls in the challenge are a perfect example of the fact that if you're really dedicated and you really want to create a habit, it is 100% possible to wake up in the morning and knock it out if you've got a job at like 8 a.m. It's different for everybody, but I'm just saying it's possible because these girls do it. I used to do it. It's possible. Another thing is taking progress pictures or looking at yourself in the morning every day and just saying something really positive about your body. And I know how cliche this sounds. I know that you would probably read it in a magazine and you're just like, I would never actually do this. But I actually mentioned this to some of my girls in the check-ins who I could tell were having some tough body dysmorphia issues, or even just the girls in the challenge in the group who were just like, I'm having a really hard time this week. And honestly, waking up and looking at yourself in the mirror and just saying like, wow, my quads are showing through, or like flexing your bicep and being like, wow, my biceps are starting to like, they're looking a little bumpy. Like I see things happening there. It makes a big difference, and you start to feel like what you're working so hard to achieve is starting to show itself. And so no one ever wants to feel like they're putting in all this work and they're not seeing results, but it's also important to note that in a fitness journey, it takes a long time. Like it really does. It's not something that happens overnight. It could take months before you start to see results, but that's the fun, because then you see it changing slowly but surely every single day, and it's a really good feeling. Oh, the last thing that I'll say, and this is something that I had a lot of the girls do in the program as well, don't try and do it all at once. If it's too much for you, take baby steps. My training protocol for these girls called for 5 training days a week, 10,000 steps a day, and 2 liters of water, obviously following your macros. Like it was a lot of stuff, but this is the way that I live my life when I'm on my fitness shite, for lack of a better term. And I quickly discovered through these girls that they were just like, you know, I was able to get my 10,000 steps in this week and I was able to hit my macros, but I only went to the gym 3 times this week. I just found it too overwhelming. So if you're trying to get in your water, get in your steps, do your cardio, do your workouts, everything, start with baby steps. So if they were having a hard time, I'd say, okay, how about this? Instead, hit your 10,000 steps, hit your water, and go to the gym 4 times this week instead of the 3 that you went. Or hit 8,000 steps this week and get 1.5 liters of water in, but go to the gym for all 5 of those sessions. And that little tweak made it way less overwhelming than being hit with like 6 different things that they gotta do every single day, and then it becomes a legitimate habit and it becomes normal and it feels right. You know, now girls are like, it feels weird when I wake up and I don't go to the gym, or I genuinely don't feel good when I haven't had all my water for the day, or my fruits or my vegetables, or whatever the case is. You know, it genuinely is a part of their lifestyle, and that's when you know you're doing it right. But I guess the final thing that I want to say without making this too long is that it is completely normal. I am like the poster child image, whatever the saying is, for starting and stopping things, and I take full accountability for that. You know, I am only human for one, and I think that when I started my YouTube channel, I never realized that I guess people would be watching and people would be judging, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but I didn't think about that. I was just thinking like, oh, I'm gonna just document what I do. And I think that, you know, ever since becoming a Gymshark athlete and stuff, there's kind of this mentality of like, oh, she, you know, why does she keep starting and stopping? Oh, she got injured, but like, does it really count as an injury? Or, you know, all these different things. But I want to note that it is completely normal to fall off the wagon sometimes, and it's up to you to kind of rebuild and start again. So while I did have people that were kind of like, girl, you gotta get your stuff together, I also had people who were like, you gotta get your stuff together. But I'm gonna be honest, I do the exact same thing. I start and I stop, and it's been really interesting and cool to see somebody else who is a YouTuber that isn't doing it all perfectly. So while I'm like, that's slightly insulting but also completely accurate, it's the truth. And so I haven't talked about what my new training regime is, but if you follow me on Instagram, you follow me on Snapchat, you know I've been at the gym 6 times a week. I've been eating my macros, my calories, my fruits, my vegetables. I've been cooking. Like, I think I just finally figured out something that is sustainable for me. Gosh, this has been everywhere. All I'm trying to say is it's possible to get motivated, it's possible to do everything, and it is completely normal to start and stop things, but it's also important that you figure out why you're starting and stopping and why you're losing that motivation. And once you figure it out, you're less inclined to have that happen. I really had this mapped out in my head differently, where I was like, this is gonna be the best. I'm gonna give them 5 tips of exactly what I did, and then I'm gonna tell them, about starting and stopping. It's gonna be very organized, and then it turned out like this. But either way, I really hope this did help you guys, and I just, I know I've been getting a lot of comments about it, and I figured I would share my input with you guys and hope that it would help some of you guys. But I've blabbed for way too long. This is 16 minutes of footage that I'm gonna try and condense into like 6 or 7 minutes, but thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to throw it a thumbs up. But that's it. I gotta get ready to actually go train because I didn't train this morning. I still gotta go day 4, and then I still have 2 more days after that. Okay, love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.